I came across this beautiful short poem by Hafiz, the great Persian poet, titled If God Invited You to a Party, and I haven't been able to get it off my mind. Let me first share with you the poem, and then please allow me to use this space to mull over some of the thoughts that are swimming in my head, okay? If God invited you to a party and said, "Everyone in the ballroom tonight will be my special guest," how would you then treat them when you arrived? Indeed, indeed, and I know there is no one in this world who is not upon his jeweled dance floor. Everyone is Allah's special guest. This line, of course, struck me first. It's a powerful reminder of how every single human being in this world, young or old, no matter their language, no matter their skin color, is Allah's special guest in this world. Sometimes when I am in a crowded space, I'll take a moment to notice how everyone has very distinct features on their faces. She has smaller eyes, he has a sharper nose, they have lighter hair, etc., etc. But no matter how different we all look, we are all at our very core Allah's special guest. How will I interact with the rest of Allah's special guest? Imagine being invited to a royal banquet by the king. How would you interact with the rest of the guests, knowing that they've also been welcomed by the highest authority in your land? You'll be well-mannered, you'll be polite, and you'll be kind, right? Now, how have we been behaving with Allah's special guest? It made me realize that no matter how much we think people sin, and on that note, aren't we all sinners? No matter how much we may disagree with their principles or lifestyles, they are still Allah's special guest. Who or why someone got called to be his guest in this world is none of our business. Only Allah knows with full entirety the reason behind his decisions, and he is the most wise. But as believers and as fellow guests, it is on us to know our place, to be respectful, and to be easygoing, and to just be decent guests, aka be decent human beings. Well, I remember to be grateful that I was invited. As I thought about this deeper, it then began to hit me that, wait, hold up, I too am Allah's special guest. I am invited to this party too. How do you RSVP to a prestigious event? You'll first thank the host for thinking of you and sending you that invitation, right? You'll be honored and grateful for such a wonderful opportunity, and you'll be over the moon. But have we been grateful to Allah that we have been invited to His quote-unquote party? Have we been grateful to Him for being able to enjoy life's beautiful moments? For being able to feast on delicious food, meet interesting people, and have wonderful conversations with them? Or have we been too proud and too ungrateful to realize what a precious blessing it is to still be chosen by Allah to receive this honorable invitation? Will I remember that ultimately I will have to leave this party? One of the last thoughts that I had upon reading Hafiz's poem was this question: will I remember that ultimately I will have to leave this party? And it was this last question that scares me the most. As human beings, sometimes we might get completely distracted and gotten swept away by the buzz of the party that He has graciously invited us to. But what we fail to remember is that, as with everything in life, the party is bound to end and we will all have to leave. The problem lies when we start to forget our humble position of merely being guests in this world. We start to foolishly and arrogantly think that this quote-unquote party is our permanent abode, and completely forget that we are only put here because Allah, the most generous, has allowed us to be here. Have we been careful to take care of the things Allah has loaned us during our stay in this party? Our bodies, our loved ones, our Mother Earth? Sometimes we may also forget to carry ourselves with integrity during our time in this quote-unquote party. We may have engaged in things we were not supposed to do things we were not allowed to do, interact with fellow guests harshly and rudely, and we thought that nobody is watching. But our host is ever watching and ever listening. He judges us, and it is according to how we behave during this party that will determine if we will get invited to the next one. And from what I hear, the next party is the biggest one of them all. It's the most beautiful, the most grand, the most majestic, with the most honorable attendees, and the best part is, that party never ends. Do you think we'll be invited to it? Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. This short animation is proudly sponsored by my AA supporters. To learn more about becoming a member, as well as getting exclusive access to Together Gather and new issues of the mood board, simply head on over to aidaazlin.com/support. And if you'd like to hear more from me, you can also subscribe to my free Tuesday love letters on aidaazlin.com, or listen to my podcast by searching for The Aida Azlin Show on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Until next time, A.